Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to extract 18650 lithium ion cells from this power tool battery. And a lot of people just throw these out, put them in battery bins, and if I'm ever down at the hardware store or a place that has a battery bin and it's overflowing, I have a quick look and take a few of these, because more often than not it's usually only a damaged or a bad cell in there that kills the entire pack, or the PCB inside is damaged because of water ingress or dirt, stuff like that, because it's not completely sealed. So you can still kind of rescue these, and as you can see, I've rescued quite a few, and I've even cleaned them up, put a new insulator ring on the positive terminal, rewrapped it with some PVC heat shrink, which you can get online. I'll leave the links to that in my video description, and you can see the welding points from the nickel strip there. I try to clean them up as best as I can. They won't affect it too much. You can sand it if you want to, but that should be fine. So, safety first. This is a video for demonstration purposes. It is not educational. I'm not responsible for anything that happens to you. This is just my own experience, okay? If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, because it is quite dangerous. So what you will need, tools-wise, a set of pliers that kind of have a flat edge, so you can get it really close. Safety goggles, because it is inevitable you might generate a temporary short when you're peeling off the nickel strip on the positive terminal, because the rest of the battery is the negative terminal, and you might make a little short gap. It could arc. That's why it's quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So I use that to protect my eyes. And I also have some insulating gloves because, well, I'm also an organist, a pianist. I want to keep my hands nice. I don't want to cut them. So I use this for extra grip and protection as well. And lastly, I think, if I have any more tools I need to get, this is just a multi-tool. And if you look here, it'll be a bit hard to see, but there's kind of security screws, and this thing here has a lot of different ends which you can use to undo it. So let's begin. Put my gloves on. So usually I basically just break this, because I'm not trying to reassemble it or anything anymore. Oh, my glove got caught in it. Oh, rip it off camera. There we go. I had to use all my strength to get that off. And there we go. So this is the first time I've seen the blue cells in here. Doesn't look like there's any kind of damage on there. The board, bit of gunk, but yeah, this is a live pack, so you got to be careful. It's this plastic is really hard, so you can't just like pry it off. So what we're going to do first is we're going to disconnect all this wiring And just be very careful. Get rid of all of it because we don't want it anymore. Okay, there we go. And snip off all the cords that go to the PCB. And be really careful you don't pierce the battery itself. Alright, so I've cut all those wires. So now we need to remove these screws off this PCB. So we switch to one of our standard Phillips heads. And there's a nickel strip here, so we'll cut this. Be careful not to go near the other strips because you could create a short. That's the danger of this. Gosh, it's a bit annoying to remove. There we go. All right, there we go. And there's also like 2 security screws in here, which we'll remove once we kind of peel back this nickel strip. This is the hardest bit and the scariest bit. The positive terminals are the worst because, yeah, if you nick some insulation off the cell, it's pretty scary. So what I do is kind of use this kind of like a plier, and you got to be careful not to rest metal against the insulation because that kind of damages it. So just be really careful, just slowly wick it off like this, getting closer and closer, like that. And I'll tidy that up once the cell's out completely. So just kind of, I'll tidy it up once I get the cell out, but I'm just kind of getting most of the nickel strip off because I want to be able to get this out of the plastic. Oops, and that is why we wear glasses, because you don't want this flicking up into your eye. There's another shard that's come off. And you can rest your pliers against this hard plastic, not against the body of the cell. That's how you damage the insulation. There we go. Positive terminals scare me. There we go. That actually came off really well. I've got experience, that's why. Okay, now this side. Oh, this is scary because this is the positive terminal. Oh no, that's all right. There we go. A bit of insulation here. And when I get these cells out, I usually check all the voltage. I'll show you that when I do that. And mark the ones that are kind of very low. And charge them back up to full. And then do a capacity test and charge them back up. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying. And this is really annoying because it's like at an awkward angle. And I'm going to need a smaller one too. Oh, there's a bit of leakage there. I don't know if that leakage is from the battery or just some gunk. I'll wipe it up and have a look. As you can see here, it's got pinched, so that's dangerous. So we're going to need to rewrap that. The fun part. So this cell, 4.27, that's like almost 4.3, that's like almost overcharged. 4.2, that's fully charged. 4.2 fully charged. 4.19. These are all fully charged. So I have a feeling that the board has just died on that. And all the cells seem perfectly fine. So now I just kind of clean up these bits. So still being careful. It is a tedious process, but it is satisfying once it's all done, because I've now got 5 cells. Okay, that is it. So what I'm going to do with that one cell that had the, here it is. This is a cell that had the little dip in it. I'm going to wrap that one. So usually you can well, I've never done it. You can take this insulation off, but this is pretty scary. You just got to replace the whole thing. And remember that bit's the only positive bit and the rest is negative. So it's going to make it slightly bigger, but it won't be a problem for my use case. So I'm going to put a new insulator ring just on top, like so. And then we slip this over the top. It's really annoying to get off. Like that. Kind of have a little bit on both sides. Okay. And then we grab a heat gun or a hairdryer or whatever you have on hand. And we're going to heat the sides first. So, other side, and the bottom, and then the top. And there we go, you've got a new cell. So there we have it. That is how to extract 18650 cells from a cordless power tool battery for reuse. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.